he comes.
There he is.
Michael, the man, the myth, the legend.
Michael.
Hello there.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing well, just
Cool.
just sitting here in the old office, doing the old office thing,
Oh my, here comes.
Wait a minute.
Look who
Yeah.
it is.
Who's this
Look who
blonde
it
down
is.
here in the lower?
There she
It's
is.
your daughter.
Melissa.
Hi, Melissa.
Oh, this is a
Welcome.
surprise.
Yay.
I was not aware of this, that's for sure.
There's
You
Melissa,
never know what's going to
You
happen. in
never
these
know,
spaces.
Michael.
wow. Wow, and there's Michael Odinlo. Hey, look at that.
Hey, right?
Hello, Senior Michael.
Wait, is that Kevin Lizarraga?
Yes,
Wow.
it is. Look who
Holy
else is
Michael.
popping in,
Former
Michael.
folk. That's great, Oh, wait a
Who's this
minute.
other
Who
Niles?
is
Got him
this?
up, Jessica over there with John. Oh my gosh, this is different than I was expecting. It's great to have everybody here. That's cool.
Well, this is very
Gosh.
exciting. So, Michael, oops, I'm trying to speak and people keep popping in your meeting. So, welcome to your farewell event, Michael
Well,
Niles.
thank you very much.
Believe it.
Thank you.
We're going to pause for a moment to allow you to scroll the pages and see all the people who are here in this space, just to give you a chance to see all the people who are here and to whom you mean so much.
Okay. Oh, thank you. Let me see. Yes, I recognize. Oh my gosh, and there's Catherine.
Hello.
The whole family's here.
Catherine.
Your whole family.
Wow. Okay. This is
Yeah.
really unexpected. I mean, I have to admit, what a surprise. I hadn't counted on this. This is pretty cool. I have to say. Pretty cool. So wow. Thank you to all who arranged this, because it's very nice to have them here, and they don't get to see me in this part of my life that often.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So,
that's
Michael,
cool.
just a number of your colleagues and former colleagues have gathered in this virtual space this afternoon to share, but just a fraction of what it has meant to work alongside you here at the University Student Union for the last 7+ years. So right now, we invite you to sit back and relax and take in all of the sentiments.
Okay, I will do that. I will be happy to do that. Thank you.
And after the sharing, everyone stay tuned for a Kahoot. So we're going to see what bit of trivia surrounding Michael Niles.
Oh my gosh.
So if you don't have the app, now is the time to get the app on your phone as we get set to begin. Michael, the first speaker today is, as you noted, Mr. Kevin Lizarraga, who is the Director of University Marketing for California State University Northridge and the former marketing manager at the
That's right.
Your predecessor.
My predecessor. There he is.
Michael, thank you,
Thank you.
Sharon. It is a real honor to be on this call here. It really warms my heart to see James and Stephen and even Sherry. I'm like, what? It looks like you have a desk. It's so great to see KP and Deborah, and of course Sharon. So thanks for inviting me on this call. I was surprised, Michael. I thought you would be there forever, but life is a bunch of moments, and so it is precious that you were able to, serve as a marketing manager. And I think it has nothing to do with after me. I always thought of you as after me, but after a few months of checking in with the team, I realized that you quickly carved your own path and did so many great things, and being on meetings with you on behalf of you, serving as your capacity, speaking on behalf of the student union. I mean, you always just advocated so much for your team and for the needs of the student union in a way that I always looked up to. And so I can't speak to my bosses that way. So it's great to see other other professional staff sort of really advocate for their respective departments. And your team absolutely loves you, and everybody that worked for you spoke so highly of you. I really admired your ability to kind of gather everyone, both in like the design factory generation and the folks that served under you, to bring that alumni group together. I think that's just a huge legacy. And so I remember attending a few of the events and really looking up to you for your work with that, not because I'm connected to development, but because I think that when I look back at my experiences in college, like my work at the student union basically shaped my future in terms of my professionalism and my sort of desire to mentor others. And so I know how much of an impact you had on not just the professional staff, with Jenny Soto moving on to big things on campus. And if you ever sit in on a meeting with her, like she really learned a lot from you, Michael. And so thank you for being a gift to this campus, for being a gift to the student union, and for being a gift to me. I learned so much from you. And so thank you, Michael, and best wishes for everything that you have in your future moments, and everyone that you will touch in the future, because you are a special man. And so thank you. I would hug you even without a mask, but I will hug the monitor.
All right, there you go. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Kevin. Very kind of you, sir. Very kind. I'm getting all the Klimt already.
Wow, that was lovely, Kevin.
Thank you, Kevin. Thanks.
So very much, very much.
I
Next,
just want to say that
oh, please, Michael.
Kevin just left such a great legacy, really did. And I mean, coming in there and following him was a great thing, because this was such a cool place when I got here to begin with. So thank you, Kevin.
That's beautiful. Thank you, Kevin. Your next presenter today, Michael, is the other Michael, Mr. Michael Odinlow. Michael was the chair of the board of directors from 2017 and 2018. Welcome back, Michael Odinlow.
Thank you, everyone. Nice to see everyone again. I was vice chair, by the way, never did that chair thing. Deborah's thankful for that. Man, I didn't expect it to be like a formal speech type thing. Me and Michael, we've talked several times on several occasions, and that's many blessings coming your way, Michael, for being able to speak to 19-year-old Michael Odinlow and hear me out for hours on end. I could have sworn I told Michael, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. Michael was kind of the person during our mentorship for the USU program that I would shoot out all my crazy ideas of, Michael, this is how I'm going to get rich. I promise you, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that as soon as I graduate. And Michael just sat there, nodded his head, like, yeah, man, you're going to do all that. I remember us now in the, I think it was the pub. I think we had lunch at the pub a couple times.
Some of the best meetings are in the pub.
Exactly. Michael would share with me his adventures, some of it, his adventures of what he did before he joined the USU, doing more of a corporate marketing side of the business. He also shared with me his brother's adventures, I believe, trying to be a lawyer or a doctor, one of those things. And he saw a similar nature with me too, of like, Michael, you want to be a doctor? Are you sure? It's nice to see Michael's family as well. Michael always talks about you, especially his daughters. He always bigs up his daughters. So it's great to actually see and put a face to everything. Much like Kevin, the USU, I want to say the USU is where I did most of my learning in college. Of course, the formal education was great, but it's really the soft skills that have allowed me to, develop and grow in this professional career I'm pursuing. I learned a lot from Michael. Michael, like I said earlier, he bared with me with a lot of things. He allowed me to bring my scooter up the stairs and, roll on into marketing to talk to him for a couple of minutes between classes. I'm sure other people in the marketing department were used to seeing me pop in and bother them during their work. Deborah ignored that part. But yeah, they were very astute at their job. Michael taught me a lot about marketing too. That's helped me out a few of my businesses. Copywriting wasn't really something I knew much about. Michael and Kyle showed me a little bit about that. I don't know what else to say about Michael, besides he listened to me, he lent me an ear. It never felt like there was any type of age gap there. You know, it was Michael to Michael. He was relatable to me. He offered a lot. That whole marketing department offered a lot. You know, it really showed that top-down leadership, how it sprinkled down, how they were just open. They were really for the students. Michael always made that clear. He's for the students. I always went, Michael, so you left that job to come work at the USU. What really inspires you to do that? He was like, man, I just want to leave some kind of lasting effect on the next generation. And he did exactly that. Little did I know it. So thank you to you, Mr. Niles. Thank you, Michael Niles. Thank you to the USU. And thank you to his family for allowing him to come and work at the USU to pass on those lessons and teaching. Thank you.
Thank you, Michael and Denlo. That was great. And I enjoyed our mentorship talks and other talks. You know, it was always good.
Thank you so much, Michael, for stepping out of your busy life to be here. I know that means everything to Michael. So
Very
it's so good to see you again as well. Oh, and by the way, Michael Niles, you don't have to try to remember everything. We are recording this and we'll give
Oh,
it to you. So
I was taking notes. But
Yeah, exactly. Taking notes.
I will say Michael Adinlo also served on our marketing dodgeball team. So there you go. He was
Ah,
more than just the vice chair of the board. He was on our dodgeball team. Okay, come on.
Yes.
How did that team fare?
We were champions 2 times in a row. That's how
Come
we.
on now. Right, I'm sure it was Michael squared that made it.
Thank you, Michael. Thank you, everyone, for putting this together. I'm still at work and we're pursuing a deal right now that's super urgent, so I have to step away. But thank you. I appreciate this get together. I appreciate seeing everyone again. And thank you, Michael. I'm sure we'll stay in touch.
Let's do it. We'll do it. Okay, man.
Thank you,
See you soon.
Michael.
Thank you, Michael.
Wow, that was powerful. Your next speaker is none other than Mr. James Matson, the USU's graphic designer. James?
Hi, Michael.
Hey, James.
You're across the hallway in your office from me right now. So it's kind of weird.
I'm gonna go over there. We can appear together on the same screen or something.
I just want to say thank you for all these years. I think we were trying to figure out how many years it was exactly before you came in, but so many years of leadership, mentorship, and friendship, to be honest. And it's always been great talking to you and getting to know you over these years. Learning so much from you about marketing and about life and work and just how to be a good person, to be honest. It's really been a rewarding experience to work with you and like seeing your dedication to students and their growth. And Kevin alluded to it a little bit, but creating these new traditions we have now with our annual marketing reunions. We haven't been able to have one since pre-COVID, during COVID, but they've always been really fun events where students can network with each other and learn about their predecessors and where they are now. And so that's always been really cool to see. And then our field trips to some different agencies in the area have been, I think, really enriched students' experience here. And it's cool when one of my former students just recently got a job at an agency here called Deutsch, and that we visited. And I feel like that can't be a coincidence. And like I think that you really gave students permission to believe that they can succeed and that they can believe in themselves and go for these jobs that might seem intimidating to them, but they feel confident when they leave here and they have good work to show for it. And so that's something that we're going to try to continue and keep going. I'm going to miss our one-on-ones, your TV show recommendations, and just your enthusiasm for working with us and supporting us every step of the way. So we're just really going to miss you and everything you brought to the team and helping us to stay as a close-knit team.
Thank you, James. Really, very meaningful to me coming from you. Such admiration for you And I've never said it before, but I mean, Dwayne Johnson's, he's a rock, but you are James the Rock Matson. I'll tell you this in terms of this department, everything that good that comes out of here, the design work, and it's just a testament to your talent. The greatest blessing I think the USU's ever received is that you've stayed here all these years, because it's you're a definite blessing to this organization. So thank you. Always good. And we will definitely see each other down the road.
Townsend Drive.
That's Townsend Drive. That's right.
That was wonderful. Thank you so much, James. Thank you so much. All right, Michael, you ready?
I'm ready.
Here comes another blast from the not so distant past. We present to you Troy.
Troy Thornton is back.
Troy Thornton, the former marketing coordinator for the University Student Union. Hey, Troy.
What's up, everybody? How you doing, Sharon?
Troy.
Mr. Niles,
The son I never had.
do you hear that, daughters? I'll come visit you at Thanksgiving. Well, Michael, you're one of the best bosses I ever had. I think we talked enough about this, and I've said my goodbyes, but I do want to say it publicly that I stayed longer at the USU because of you. You kept everything about the students. You've believed in me when I didn't believe in myself. You showed me how to be a professional, and I can't thank you enough for everything you've done for me. We're going to keep in contact, and as soon as you move down to Oxnard, I'm going to have another buddy to do morning walks with. So I appreciate you for everything you've done for me, Michael.
Thank you, Troy. It was mutually, you did a lot for me too. I learned from you. I really appreciate all the time you spent here with us. So thank you. Look forward to seeing you soon.
Thanks so much, Troy. Troy's got to run, everyone. He's a busy man, which makes it even more meaningful, Troy, that you would take some time and a moment to stop by and wish your mentor all the best. Thank you so much. It's so good to see you again, and continued success.
Thanks, Troy.
It's good to see all my CSUN fam. I miss y'all. Y'all believe in better.
That's awesome. All right. The accolades continue, Michael. Up next is none other than the USU Multimedia Coordinator, Stephen Wine.
Stephen. Long time no see, Stephen.
Hey, Michael. So yeah, I just wanted to kind of formally congratulate you on your retirement and thank you for everything you've done, not only to improve the marketing department, but really elevate the whole USU brand here. The years of experience you brought, from your work outside the advertising agency, were not only beneficial to shaping how we run the department, but gave us staff opportunity to look at our individual responsibilities in a way we hadn't before, and how we move those things on to our students. Looking back, it's just really hard to imagine how we did certain things before you guided us to where we are now. The volume and the quality of the work put out by this department is really staggering when you stop to think about it. Just one example of the impact you've had is, the past few years, our department has won more awards at the ACY Steel's Idea than we ever have before. I think the last couple of years we earned more than we had every year combined prior to that. So that's really a testament to that. And then, more on a personal level, just really know how to express my gratitude for all you've done, personally for me and professional development. You never allowed me to doubt myself, and, hearing from you, about, my current value to the organization, and, also where I'm capable of going has really been invaluable, and, really put me on a path I wouldn't have been otherwise. Always felt supported by you, even when I might challenge things. And, of course, it's always great to have someone who gets all my references to music lyrics. You've never missed one of those. You always know exactly what song I'm referencing. So, so I think the fact that, you could have retired years ago really speaks to the commitment, to the organization, the work we do. We didn't necessarily come into this traditional kind of student development path, but, certainly did that. And, I don't think anyone who's passed through the department would say you didn't leave a lasting positive impact on them. Evidenced by what everyone's been talking about, all these alumni celebrations and everything like that. So yeah, just really hope you enjoy this next stage of your life, and expect that if I start stalking on social media, we'll see you rocking out every music tour that hits LA. And if you ever get too bored, you can always join our Friday morning status meetings. We're going to keep them the same time.
Always a good time. Thank you, Stephen, very much. And Stephen is a Renaissance man. I've said if he ever leaves the USU, we'll have to hire 4 people just to replace him, because of everything he does in this department and everything he means. It's just incredible. And I really want to thank you for hanging around all these years, Stephen. But you made such an asset, and pleasure to work with. So thank you.
Thank you so much, Stephen. That was beautiful. All right, up next, none other than the USU copywriter, Kyle Huffnagel.
Kyle.
Hey there, Michael.
Hey,
How's it
Kyle.
going?
Good, bud. How are you?
Doing well. I gotta say I'm sorry to everyone earlier during the Grand Inquisition of how long Michael's been here for. I think I started a couple weeks before Michael, so I could have been the easy answer there, but it's a lot of thoughts flying around. Didn't want to get in the way.
That's right.
Yeah, but
Everything was a package
I
deal, I think.
yeah, I gotta really thank Michael Niles as a dedicated Oklahoma Sooner fan and alumni. He gave a kid from Texas a shot to let him stay in his department. So, he's a really stand-up guy for that alone. But, Michael, I think a lot of people have said a lot of great things about you, and it's really kind of a no-brainer, to kind of run through all this. Whenever I first started here, we were still trying to get our bearings straight, after Kevin left, and you came in as someone with a lot of experience, that really supersedes a lot of people that would come into the role, but you came in with real passion and dedication and clear direction on why you wanted to be here, and you want to be here for the students. And that was just a really powerful thing to be around. Whenever you fuse someone with a lot of talent and passion, that is an unstoppable force. And I think that we slowly got to see that, and as you got more and more comfortable and we got to implement more and more things, the changes and the influence that I really saw in the department is just the overall growth. The output was extraordinary whenever we look at maybe what a status meeting looked like in the first year as opposed to what we're doing now. It's astronomical. And you just really encouraged new innovations in the department, whether that was, hey, let's do a dodgeball team. Hey, let's do a volleyball team. As little as I cared about the volleyball team as opposed to the dodgeball team, you were just always about community building. And that was just really the most engaging part about it, and what made the marketing department such a huge draw for every SAE that came in there that worked for marketing or worked on the board of directors or had anything to do with this. And that is just sheer testament to the impact that you had. The students, you constantly have the magic touch of just installing self-belief and giving folks the self-efficacy to believe they can succeed. Why not them is something that you always said. And that was, I think something that just kept on, reaching further and further. On top of the professional development, we're reaching a lot of first generation students that this is their first office job. And you really, beyond just showing, hey, you got to show up on time. Hey, here's how to conduct yourself in a meeting. You went above and beyond that to really give them that experience and just that passion that you had for it. And like I said, it's really all about the community building. And the students are always like a constant priority for you. So that's just something that was really stand up, for staff. You challenged us all the time. You supported us every time, and you strengthened us. So, you really did something special for all 3 of those entities. I gotta say, we're all better people because of our time that we had with you. So thanks for everything you've done for us, Michael. We're gonna miss you. Like Stephen said, you can always come in and join us for a hot list meeting, because nothing says Friday morning like a hot list meeting that might run over 2 hours. But we're gonna miss you, but it's not goodbye. We're gonna get to talk about more stuff that's not work. I'm gonna miss you, but we'll stay in touch. So thanks for everything, Michael.
Thank you, Kyle. And Kyle, one of the great things I've enjoyed most since I've been here is just seeing your growth. You came here and you were an aspiring journalist, and now you stuck it out and you're like a full-fledged creative copywriter. And that's great growth. And I'm so proud of you and the fact that you've hung around and done that, because you've been such a valuable asset to the team too. I mean, so thank you, Kyle. I'll miss you too, but we'll get together.
Oh, thank you so much, Kyle. That was wonderful. Up next, Michael, we bring you none other than Miss Mia Loveliner, the USU Marketing Coordinator. Thank you, Mia, for stepping into that role after Troy left. And so take it away.
Yes. Hello, Michael.
Hello, Mia.
Hello. I'm just
I
on
can
the
hear you
hall
next
as
door.
well.
I can hear you next door.
Yeah, but I just wanted to say, like, thank you so much for everything you've done, supporting me and everything, and really showing me what I can do. And like, you know, Troy said, like, making me believe in me and just inspiring me. Like, you truly are my standard of an amazing boss, and I won't expect less. So thanks for saving me from my last job and bringing me back here. You were the main reason I came back, as well as, you know, Kyle, James, Stephen, everybody, the whole team. But I'm truly gonna miss our one-on-ones, which was 90% life advice and 10% work. But I've learned so much from you and your stories. And to his family, I don't know if you know this, but he talks about you all a lot. You know, from, you know, you and Catherine, from how you all met and everything like that, and your daughters. And I hate to say it, but he does call me Melissa and Jessica sometimes. So I'm one of y'all, and I know who he's talking about. He's Melissa, I mean Jessica, I mean Mia. So I answer to all three. So I'll be seeing you at Thanksgiving as well. But I just want to say thank you for everything, and you really made this team feel like a family, and I won't ever forget that. And I'm really gonna miss you, but I know we're gonna see you around, either at the park for our Friday fast food Fridays, or any of our, you know, reunions, or any of our meetups, or even just, you know, going out for a Coke Zero. I know it's your favorite. But, you know, thank you so much, and for supporting me and everything. And I really appreciate you.
Well, thank you, Mia. I mean, I have to tell you, when you came back was one of the happiest days of my life, because, you know, after Jenny left, and Jenny was such a wonderful part of this, Jenny Soto, such a wonderful part of this team. And that was a big shoes to fill. And Troy stepped up and did that. But boy, then we had this big void. And when you came back, your energy and enthusiasm, it was a difference maker. I mean, you came in here just by your presence in our offices, just upped the ante every day, and made it made the marketing department an even cooler place to work. And so glad you came back. And I'm glad you're still here too.
Glad I came back. Thank you for everything, Michael.
Thank you, Mia.
Thank you, Mia. Oh, Michael, how's your heart doing? This is a lot. This is
really
a
is.
lot.
Yeah.
Keep soaking it in, because the next person is here to share with you is none other than our Kingston Leung, the Associate Director for Marketing and Programs for Associated Students.
There he is.
State University. For those of you who are not familiar with Kingston, he is a former assessment coordinator here for the USU. Take it away, Kingston.
And now Kingston's a big deal at San Jose State.
He's a big deal now.
Big deal.
I'm really not, but I definitely want to show up and just share a few words with you, Michael. I can't believe you're heading off already, and you know, enjoying life beyond what you've had at the USU. I wanted to say that from the very first times we've been able to connect and work together, I just saw so much care in how much you want the brand of the USU and CSUN to reach students. I think from the early onset in assessment, we did a campus-wide assessment on just how those posters of welcome to your USU, them being part of it, that's something you care deeply about, and wanted to make sure that that message reached far and wide from all the different corners of the campus. So I admired your efforts there to make sure that it's something that is strong within CSUN, and I know has only grown since that time. Another opportunity where I saw you really build community with CSUN and the marketing department is on the intramurals games that we've played with each other. I know Mia and James and all those folks know, and all the students you've had. I even joked that as part of your interviews, you had to make sure that they were good at dodgeball. Just because it wasn't even just about that. I thought it was very much about you building community with your team. And that's just so admirable because year after year, you bring them together in one way or another, not only in work, but being able to connect offsite, on-site and on campus in different capacities. And that's something that I know a lot of your staff and students just value deeply, because in my conversations with them on the side, they always share how closely they feel connected to the marketing department. And it's really because of the culture that you've built around them. So I'm happy that you've been able to influence so many people directly and indirectly in your role. And I'm grateful that I've had the opportunity to work with you and learn from you and the different tactics and strategies that you've implemented to make marketing a success, and in turn making USU a great place to be and work at. So thank you so much.
Hey, Kingston, thank you, because I got to tell you, I knew, like you said, when I first met you, it's almost like we had, we were two sides of a similar coin, but you had this set of strengths that I just don't have, and you had some particular skills that I really admired, and you were so helpful to me in that regard, because you brought things to, like when we were doing the assessments and that kind of stuff, that the branding, that you were so spot on, and helping us identify, and really appreciate all that you did, and also enjoyed our meetings on the dodgeball court. You were always one of our toughest competitors. And we all still love each other, though. That's the thing, right? So thank you very much, man. Appreciate it. Thank you for coming and zooming in today.
Thank you again, Kingston. It's so good to see you, and it's good to see you do well. It's just a part of what Michael already expressed. We knew you would go and do well, and we're very proud of you. So thank you for stopping in today from San Jose State University. Michael, the next speaker really speaks to who you are as an individual, as many people have shared already. You really value students and giving students opportunity. Even students, giving them opportunity to step into staff roles. So your next share is none other than Miss Amina Hopkins, who is a former student who is now serving as the marketing supervisor. Amina?
Hey, Amina.
Hi, Michael. Thank you, Sharon. Thank you so much for the last 2 years here at the department. When I first started marketing, I wasn't exactly sure what I wanted to do. There are a lot of options, as many of you all know, but Michael really helped me decide what my specialty was going to be, just by giving me different positions within this department, starting off as campus contact and then project coordinator, and now bringing me back as the marketing supervisor. It's been a great 2 years, and I really do appreciate all the advice and value that you've added to my professional and personal life. And as many of the others have said, you are a great boss, and like Mia said, I will, hold that standard for future employers as well. So thank you so much.
Amina, thank you very much. And I've said it to you, and but I'll say it to this group, that when Troy left and Mia moved up to coordinator, and we had an opening at the supervisor position, the first person that popped into our minds was Amina. No question about it. Because she was like she acted like a staff member if she was here. She just has that vibe about her, and so it was an easy choice to make, and we were so happy on the day that she said, yeah, I'd be interested in that. So so cool, you know? What was it, like 2 weeks after you left here as a student? I
2
think?
weeks.
Well, quick turnaround, but thank goodness that you were available, because we're so glad to have you here now.
Thank
Thank
you.
Very much.
Congratulations, Michael.
Thanks, Amina.
That's so true, Amina. He advocate. Michael rode hard for you, Amina. He said, Sharon, there's really nobody else. She is the one we want to pull into this position. So he's very proud of you, Amina. Thank you so much. Well, Michael, I personally want to take a moment to thank you for your tremendous leadership over the past 7 years. I mean, what hasn't this department accomplished under your tutelage and your leadership? As someone said, I think it was Kyle, the numerous awards that you have won from the Association of College Unions International. I think back to just all the creativity that's poured out of the department, making absolutely every unit at the USU look good. Just about all of us have needed marketing at one point or the other. One of the things that really stands out for me is how quickly marketing would adapt when we needed other help. Because of your reputation, we started getting requests from the president's office. We started getting requests from the vice president's office. And every single time I'd have to send you an email and go, sorry, Michael, it's urgent. It's from the president's office. Can your team handle it? And you always accepted those challenges with such grace, and the ways that you corral the group to get it done on time and superbly. In fact, sometimes we are a victim of our own success, because once the team did it successfully once, we started getting more requests and had to come up with some strategies how to balance our work and the work that comes outside of the department. But it was always so beautifully done. No matter whether it was a flyer, an A-frame, even what I think about one of the things that most impressed me about you is when you did the whole campaign about elevating the USU profile. And you had focus groups and had all of us come in and talk about, random words that we think of and associate with the USU. That was so professionally done. You brought us in 1 or 2 times. And when that project was over, we had new banners in the plaza that highlighted and featured what we provide. Because to the Niles family, what you might not recognize is oftentimes the university student unions programs to the students would get confused with associated students. And so Michael understood that we needed a whole different kind of campaign that would delineate us and showcase us to reduce the confusion, because we are our own company and produce outstanding programs and services. Out of that campaign came much needed wayfinding signage. They look great with that gray and red, and we can just point people and tell them how to get throughout our facilities. And I think the most impressive piece for me were the huge banners that you had and you put on the sides of our buildings. And in them were the images of diverse students with the words of, this is your USU and welcome to your USU. I think probably more than anything for me, that had a great impact because our students could see themselves in that promotion and know that this USU belonged to them. So just kudos, that was just really brilliantly done. But as many have said before, despite all of the outstanding pieces that you've put out, from swag to posters to flyers, you have always shared with me with absolutely no, you just have shared with me with no question that the #1 reason that you came to work here was for the students. You have shared that over and over again. There are many things that you could have done, but you really care about young people. And that's obvious when you listen to all of the young men and women who've shared in this space today, who've actually, many have matured under your tutelage and have gone from students to professionals, whether they're still here as professionals or have moved on as professionals. You have to feel such great pride in that, because that has always been what has been most meaningful to you. It really excites me that some of them will continue to keep in touch with you as you have your reunions, as you bring in your adopted sons and daughters. So your legacy will continue far beyond this time. And I, for one, tip my virtual hat to you, sir, for the remarkable work that you brought to our organization over nearly 8 years. So of course, I wish you and Catherine and the girls nothing but the absolute best as you go into your new adventure, and may you go there with health and great joy.
Well, thank you very much, Sharon. I mean, I really do appreciate your kindness and support over this last year. We've been working together. I've known each other for 8 years. I remember you and I'm blanking, Bernetta?
Bernetta.
Oh, Bernetta. Used to see you at lunch over at the
That's right.
what's that place called over there? I haven't been there in so long.
I know, me too. I forget. Someone put it in the chat. Over there by the business building.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. Arbor Grill. Thank you, James. Anyway, yes, you've been talking over there. That I really do appreciate your kindness and support, and it really has meant a lot to me. And thank you so much. It's appreciated. And yeah, I know you share my passion for student development. That meant a lot to me because we were definitely like minds in that area, and we both care a lot. It was great to work with you in that way. Thanks.
Yeah, you're more than welcome. And to your team, please know that you have no fan greater than Michael Niles. He's your #1 fan and uplifted you every single time, supported you 1,000%. You couldn't have asked for a better supervisor and friend. So thank you, Michael.
Thank you.
Up next is none other than the executive director of our University Student Union, Ms. Deborah Hammond.
Hey, Deborah.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. How about yourself?
I'm fabulous. And sad. You know, this year we've had a lot of these bittersweets. And we're on a roll, it seems. So first I wanted to say hello to Catherine. I haven't seen you in a long time. And Melissa and Jessica, it's fabulous that you all are here to be a part of this celebration for Michael. Thank you for sharing him with us because that's a big deal. It's always wonderful to have that family support and to know how much that support means to Michael and to us in order for him to do this job. So, you know, when I was thinking back about Michael, I was thinking back to the first time I met him. And, you know, Shannon had come in and said, you know, there's this guy, we think he's the guy, you know. And so they start describing him. And I'm like, why the heck does he want to do this? You know, why? I was like, what? Is it real? You know, so I remember having conversations and interviewing Michael and said, this guy is the real deal. Because he was so passionate about students and giving back all that he had learned over his career and then being able to pour it into us. So that was such a tremendous kind of lift to us. And he's like, okay, this is for real. Let's see this. Let's work it out. So when I think about Michael, I think of words like he's the consummate professional. He made his mark in the industry, and then he brought it back to education so that he could, you know, kind of play it forward. And he impacted so many students. You know, in any conversation we had, it was always about the students. So it was always, let's bring it back to the students. You know, when we were talking about, you know, your USU, it wasn't about Michael's USU. It wasn't about my USU. It was about the students USU. And that's Michael. That's who he is, and that's what he did. You know, I think about you know, being at Matador Nights and Michael and his team out there assessing, you know, getting the feedback from the students. He loved focus groups because he's a good listener, you know, and gatherer of information and using that in order to give back to our organization. And then even when we had, you know, we started, you know, we were just the USU, and then we became the SRC, and then we had the Oasis, and then we had the Pride Center and the Vet Center, and now we have the Dream Center. We have all these different brands and identities. And at one point we talked about, hey, we need to bring these all together in a way that signifies that we are the USU. And this was particularly important when we were trying to sell the renovation and the referendum to our students. And Michael was instrumental in leading that project and helping to educate students about who we were and what we were. You know, I always think of Michael as an identity maker, you know, somebody who really gets underneath the surface and then tries to explore and make sure other people are aware of who we really are as an organization. And then he brought other things like, you know, procedures, like, oh yeah, I guess we do need some of those, you know, just things that helped us organize ourselves better and try to deliver what we had promised. I I think one of the things that I always like, and it's a bragging rights for us, and several people have already mentioned it, is the awards that we win at ACUI. You know, it's nice to see our name up there in highlights. You know, California State and University Northridge, University Student Union, because of how we create and what we create to tell our story. So, and that one of the things that I think stands out for me the most, and it's similar to a number of people who have talked, is that Michael is so concerned about the students, and he started these trips where he would take the students to various agencies in the summer so that they get to meet with real industry professionals and, you know, have site visits and lunch and conversations. And then, you know, just like James mentioned, we're talking about students who are now working at those agencies. That's impact. So when I think about Michael, I think of one word, and it's legacy. So you know me, I love words and that kind of thing. So when I think of legacy, I think of L for his love for this profession and love for students is so evident. The E for me stands for engagement, how he helps students to engage and connect with their institution. The G stands for growth, and that's of our students and our staff that report to Michael, because that's what he did. That's how he helped them. The A for me stands for awareness, you know, and that's of the USU and all of our many products and facilities and programs and services and the deep connection between all of them. The C represents creativity, as evidenced by all of our award-winning designs, what the buildings look like, the signage, and all of that is, to me, your creativity and how you inspired your team to use that same creativity. And the last one is Y is yield, because all of your efforts together created this greater yield for us as an organization. So I just appreciate you. I recognize how much you have given to us. I hope we've given a little bit of that back to you. But know that you had a mission when you came here to impact students in a different way and to give back, and you have clearly accomplished your mission. So as you we continue to live the Matador life, we want to remember that, and you continue to inspire us. So thank you for all you do and all you've done for us. We sincerely appreciate you and wish you nothing but health and wealth and goodness after this. So thank you so much, Michael.
Well, Deborah, thank you so much. I must say, I look back on the very beginning of when I came here, and I've always just been so grateful that Shannon and you did hire a guy like me. I'm guessing I wasn't what you had in mind, at the time in terms of my age and my experience, and that you believed me when I said I really wanted to work with college students, and you gave me that opportunity. I remember sitting for my first interview on December 23rd, 2013. I was sitting down in the Civil Center lobby waiting to go up to be interviewed in the USU, in the internal conference room there. And I'm thinking, I could be here for a number of years ahead and come to this place every day and be here on an ongoing basis, or I might never see this room again. But the good news is that I did see that room again, and I was able to come here on a regular basis. And I thought about that day numerous times when I walked through the Soul Center, because I just was such a blessing, because as much as I'd enjoyed my career before I came here, this was a game changer for me, and it gave me the chance to do something that I thought I wanted to do and made it a reality. And so I thank you and Shannon Krajewski and everybody else on that interview team, which included James and Stephen and Jenny Soto, who's here now. And of course, Sherry Butler, who was my main advocate. She's the one who really brought me in here, right, Sherry? So anyway, I appreciate everybody that was on that interview team. And Deborah, I appreciate you for, being willing to take a chance on somebody like me. And it's been really a great experience. Thank you so much. Just can't thank you enough.
You are so welcome. Thank you.
Thanks, Deborah. Speaking of success, next up is none other than one of your proteges who left you as the marketing supervisor and now has moved on to become the university's Associate Director of Enrollment Services, Strategic Communications, Ms. Jenny Soto. Jenny?
Jenny.
Hi, Michael. How's it going?
Great. How are you doing? Good to see you.
I'm good. Thank you. I'm so happy I was invited and grateful for the opportunity to, just say thank you. And I already tried not to cry twice, but I'll probably cry because I'm that emotional one. But first of all, congratulations. I'm jealous that you are retiring. But, in a field like ours where, creativity and, working with students is a day-to-day piece, it's not hard work. It's really, it's fun to be here. It's fun to be doing these things. So, I wanted to express my gratitude for, not just for me, but for all of the staff and students that you took under your wing, and you taught us, how to walk the walk and talk the talk, with you coming into this position, I was at a very, young and eager time in my life where I wasn't ready to do the big man role yet. I wasn't ready for that manager position, but I wanted to learn and I wanted to, take on a lot of these tasks and responsibilities. So thank you for trusting me and for letting me do all of those pieces. That's a huge reason for, I think, me being able to go on and do what I'm doing right now. and for being that kind person, caring person. Our one-on-ones were always, so engaging, where we talked business and we talked strategy. And I really gained a lot from all of what you had to share, but also, that caring element, it's really just checking in on me, how I'm doing, how's my family. And, that means a lot. And I've been really lucky, in every supervisor that I've ever had has that caring quality. So I try to emulate that with my staff, with my students, with anyone that I engage with. So yeah, thank you. And best of luck in your retirement. And, we'll definitely stay in touch.
Yes, we definitely will, Jenny. And I tell you, it's so great to see you. We haven't talked since texting during the Dodgers run, but maybe next year, But anyway, yeah, you were such an important part of that initial team, being there the day I was interviewed. And when I came in here, I mean, that's such the great blessing, is that you and Stephen and James and Kyle hung around for so many years as a unit, you know what I mean? And so that was so great. And it helped me come in here and try to, I learned from you folks. As I said many times, I always encourage new students, never hesitate to ask questions. I don't know any other way to get an answer or learn things except asking questions. And I always encourage them to do it. And I know that because when I came here, yeah, I had a lot of experience, but I didn't know the USU or CSUN. And I asked questions like I was going out of style. But Jenny and James and Stephen and Sherry Butler and all the people that were here then answered every one of them and did it with, professionalism and kindness. And I've always appreciated that. And you really were just so influential, Jenny, in supporting me when I was first starting here and throughout the time you were here. And now you inspire me, and I'm so proud of you at what you've achieved here at CSUN on campus. And they made a lot of good decisions over there on the campus side. And you're one of them, I tell you, okay? I'll see you soon.
Thank you, Jenny. That was absolutely beautiful. Well, at this time, Michael, Jenny might have felt a little emotion in her voice, but you've been a stalwart already, but maybe not after this next share. So at this time, I do ask your best friend, your beloved, your wife, Catherine, if she would share.
Hello, honey. Hello? I think you're muted. I think you're muted, sweetie.
Okay, I'm okay now, right? No, I was saying, at Kaiser Permanente, we use Teams, Microsoft Teams for everything. So anyway, so thank you, Mia, too. So I was all concerned that I would join and not join. I made Melissa, my daughter, do a test with me this morning. So anyway.
All this is going on without my knowledge.
Yes, I know. It's
how
amazing.
Dare you?
Well, thank you for asking me to join, inviting me and inviting Jessica and Melissa. So we're really so happy to be able to be a part of this. And we've heard about all of you. I've had the opportunity to meet a few of you, but not most of you. But and it's been a while since I've seen even some of you with COVID and all of us, as you know, if you work with people you don't see. So anyway, really appreciate you inviting us. And we're so proud of Michael, and this has been such an important part of his life. He loved this job. It was like a dream come true for him, really. And I think I can't believe I'm not even like this normally, Michael will say. Yeah, but he really has loved this job. So this is going to be a transition, but he's ready for it and happy for it. And, it just seems like he wants to keep in touch with everyone. And if there's a way for him to keep working with young people, I think he wants to find a way to do it. But thank you, all of you, because you've really made this a really great time for him. I can't believe I'm crying. It's so funny. I'm not even a crier. My girls and Michael will say I'm not. So
you like me. You really like me.
Well, so thank you. And this has been this has been really wonderful to hear everything too. It's very meaningful. I'm glad there's going to be a recording too.
Yeah. Well, thank you, sweetheart. I mean, it means a lot for me that you and Melissa and Jessica are here today, John, and so thank you. It's such a great surprise, and I'm just glad that we've been able to share this the time I've been here too. So thanks for being my partner the last 35 plus years.
That is so beautiful.
And
Thank
the
you.
love of my life, by the way.
Oh, yes. And Catherine, he does talk about you often and the girl. So we know how much.
Mostly good, I
They're all
hope.
tired of it.
Oh, it's all good.
And really, I'm not that great, really, so.
Well, not in
Thank you.
his eyes. Sure. The bee's knees. And thank you so much again, Catherine. Thank you for sharing your husband with us. Next up is none other than your younger daughter, Melissa. Hey, Melissa.
Hey there, Melissa.
Hi.
Oh, and Melissa, before I let you share, you're probably the reason why we still have him this long because he was intending to leave after you graduated.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
one of the benefits, not many, but one of the benefits of COVID is that he stayed on behalf of the team, but he was ready to move on after you graduated. So welcome.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I have to thank my dad too for working so long, but I know that he also really wanted to. And I know he always said it's like because of me still being in school, but I know it's also just because he really loved it. And yeah, I think it's really crazy to me sometimes that like he's retiring, and when he first told me he was retiring, I was like, what are you talking about? He's like, Melissa, I'm 71. And I was like, oh, right. Like I kind of forget, and I think that's easy to forget because he's been doing this so long and he just has so much energy. But I think, yeah, I'm just really happy to speak because I know how much this job has meant to him. And I said in the chat, like it's somewhat of a joke, but really I could have some credit for my dad working here because I suggested to him that he should look at CSUN's career site. I don't even remember how it came up. I think it was just like he had interest in working with college students. And there were different opportunities he was looking at. And I was like, well, have you looked at CSUN? Like it's so close to where we live. Why not? So, and it really worked out. And it's also just funny for me, just because I remember when he first started the job, I was 15. And I remember visiting and just feeling so awkward being like a teenager amongst the college students. And now I'm like slightly older than some of his students. So it's just a lot has changed. But overall, I think it was just really special to get to see throughout the age I'm at, because I could really see how happy the job made him, especially compared to other jobs he's had in the past. Because while I know he did love a lot of his jobs that were in agencies or doing doing advertising in different ways, I know like I never saw him as happy as he was once he started at CSUN, and once he got to really also just always talked about the students, and it was always about just what was going on with all the students and just all the names I'd hear all the time. It's really great because I know I've met some of you guys before, or really vaguely, but I haven't gone to see everyone, but I just feel like there's this whole cast of characters that's existed in my dad's life. And if I get to see you guys. So yeah, thank you to Sharon for having me and my mom and Jessica come on here and for letting me talk as well. Cause yeah, I just think I'm so glad that my dad got to have this really special opportunity, especially as his last job before he retires. And I'm really glad that we got to be a part of this today as well.
Thank you, sweetie. Thank you, Melissa. Love you.
That was beautiful, Melissa.
Love
Thank
you.
you so much. Oh. And last, but certainly not least, among your sharers, Michael, is your elder daughter, Jessica.
Hello, Jessica.
Hello.
Good to see you.
Hello. Yeah, I was not expecting to speak today. I've been like really enjoying hearing how much everyone loves you. I mean, I'm not surprised. I love you too, but it's like insane. I remember like going to your office and like there'd be like these like graduation photos of like your students. And like the photos that we had of me and Melissa were like this big, like high school graduation photos. And I'm like, oh, and then like all these letters from your students like, happy birthday, here's a pie. And I'm like, damn, I need to like step it up, you know? And so it was so sweet because honestly, I don't think I've ever liked a boss that much. Like, you know, seriously, like, I mean, I know you as my dad. Obviously, you're not my boss. And but
That's for sure.
no, but you like objectively have such amazing qualities, like leadership qualities. And to everybody, at all of his former students and employees, yes, he's always been one for the little motivational speeches and always has a little like homework quote on hand. But honestly, like it always just means so much, you know, and like I go, you know, I've lived in San Francisco for the past 10 years and like my dad's like my best friend. Like I get to call him like all the time. Oh my God, I can't believe I'm like choking up right now. And my mom and I aren't even criers. I will attest to that. She didn't even cry when I left for college.
I'm the crier, and I'm the one who held it back a little more.
Yeah, I've seen my dad cry when you're watching horse races.
Dad cried.
Beautiful. And
Dad cried when you went to college, Jessica. He cried into his tamale once we got home. It was really a sight.
No, but you know, my dad is like the most special person, and he is not short of the inspirational quotes or caring. Like he genuinely cares, and yeah, I'm very lucky to call my dad. And even though I'll never know what it's like to have him as my employer, because that would be strange, I can say that it's really cool to see what an amazing impact he's left. And I even got little like hints of that, you know, when I visited the office and stuff, like the way that everybody like interacted with him. It wasn't like when you have a boss you kind of don't like and you're like, oh, hi, like boss is good. Like you're like, oh my God, get away. But I remember also being told that he would have you guys make him music mixes of like songs that you guys liked, and I was like, that is so cute. And like literally that is like the epitome of my dad. Just he like legitimately cares and wants to like involve everyone, and he's always been like that. He always will be. And yeah, well, happy retirement, and I'm glad to be here and speak, and thanks for being my dad and my best friend.
Oh, well, it's so sweet. Thank you very much, Jessica. And I'm so proud of you, Melissa and Mom. And like I said, this was completely, it didn't even occur to me, you know, and that you would be here. So once again, thanks to whoever made that happen. But really, thank you for the kind words there, Jay. And I remember you girls coming into the office, both of you have been in here and stuff. And it was, yeah, it's been a while. I mean, and you've been a part of this the whole time, and it's been a great part of my life, as you've all acknowledged, including Catherine, of course. So thank you. Love you all.
Thank you so much, Jessica. That was absolutely beautiful. Well, Michael, the spotlight is now yours, sir. What would you love to share?
Well, hey, I've said a little bit of it along the way here, but there's no question that the opportunity to be marketing manager at the University Student Union and work with this marketing team it's been the best opportunity of my entire career. No question about it. I always had this idea that I wanted to work with students because I loved college. I loved being in college, and I worked for my university when I was, throughout the time I was in school. The University of Oklahoma, as Kyle said, Boomer Sooner. But anyway, I always wanted to work for a college, but it just never quite worked out. But then I thought, it won't work out if I don't go for it. And I went for it, and I came here and I interviewed, and it worked out better than I ever thought it possibly could. I come from a family of teachers, and so I always had that idea. My grandparents were teachers, my aunts and uncles were teachers, and this kind of thing. And I always thought maybe it's part of the genetic code or something that I wanted to do that. And I remember talking to Deborah about it when I first interviewed, because I was telling her about how my grandfather, at his retirement 100 years ago, then they had a cassette recording of his former students saying all these wonderful things about him. And I was just so touched by that. I thought, there's a guy who has made a difference in his life. And I really admired that. And say what you will about the advertising agency business, you know, it's not quite the same as the opportunity I had here and the working with the people I work with here and the students. I mean, it is, I will say that I've said it before, and I will just continue to say it, that one of the greatest things that happened here is that James and Stephen and Kyle and Jenny and Troy and Mia, they stayed for all this time, you know, and that is, I could not have done it without them. They brought me in here, and I learned as much from them as they did for me, and probably more. And I'll say that same thing about the students. I had high hopes that this would be what I wanted it to be or thought it would be, but it's exceeded all those. And the opportunity to come in here and to talk to these students. And the greatest thing about being around students is that it's a time of life, you know, at this age, that and their entire life is in front of them and anything is possible. And that is so great to be around that, to know that. And also understand that I think with students at this age, just a well-timed compliment or an affirmation of their skills, they may not be hearing that anywhere else. And if you say it, it really does make a difference. And I've seen it happen, and I've seen it come back to me, and they tell me like years later, but you know, when we had that talk and you said that I was good at what I did, well, I was able to go out and get a job. And I'm like, really? Out of just our conversation? But that's the opportunity we have here, is to have that kind of influence on students. And they're willing to listen to us because because they're roles we have in their lives. And not everybody, I guess, to come from a place where they had that kind of thing said to them on a regular basis. That they had what it takes to be successful, and they are good at what they do. And they've achieved this already just by coming here and working with the University Student Union in the marketing department. And the thing I'll always say about the quality of students here at CSUN, when I first started here, and I've told this story numerous times to my staff, and to new students here, but we had like 12 student employees at that time. And I remember coming in here and thinking, well, guys, for the last 37 years, I've been working with these advertising and marketing professionals. There's got to be some drop off. I got to be kind of accepting about what I'm going to be dealing with here. And I got here, and this first group of like 12 students were so good, you know, I'm thinking, wow, this is incredible. Then all of a sudden I got very nervous because I thought, when they graduate, we'll never be able to replace them. You know? These are obviously a unique group. Well, suffice to say, we replaced that first group that left. We replaced them several times since then. And every time we brought in students that were good or better than their predecessors. It's just an amazing thing, and a testament to the kind of students that are here at CSUN. And of course, we have the good fortune that we get to choose from all the high quality students, ones that have such great talent as designers and copywriters and marketing strategists and videographers and web designers and business assistants and PR assistants and all that stuff. And the hardest part of it is there are always other students that are just almost as good or just as good. And we can't hire them all, though. You wish you could hire them all, but we can't have 17 designers and 22 copywriters. That'd be fun. And well, Deborah, can we talk about that? Can we hire? No, I'm just kidding. But anyway, it's been a wonderful time. It's been the most rewarding part of my career, without a doubt. You know, in terms of coming in here and dealing with the students and yeah, I really am grateful for the time I've spent here, and I will always be grateful. And it has occurred to me that I stayed at my university, you know, for the 3.5 years it took me to get my master's degree at the University of Oklahoma. I've been here almost 8 years. So I'm like more of a Matador than I am a Sooner. Don't tell the Sooner fans back there because they will, do something. But anyway, it is just, I feel that, and I'm just so grateful for the time I've spent here and the great friendships I've had with my staff and the students and the great professional relationships. The students, here's another thing that's very true. My daughters, as you can see, were, and as they mentioned, I think that they're essentially the same age now, well, not the same age. They were going through, both of them went through college. I mean, into college while we were here. And so what they were going through and being a father to them, I done this when I was working at CSUN. I was having that same kind of relationship with these 12, 15, 22 students. And what I found was that I really do believe that working at CSUN with these students made me a better father to my children, to my daughters, because it just broadened the scope of what I thought it meant to be like someone that a student can look up to, aspire to be, that kind of thing. And I really do believe that it made me a better father. And I thank the student union for that. And I think those students that helped make me feel that way. And like Mia, when she was here, she and a couple others, Nelsie and Tanya, referred to themselves as my work daughters. And there's a photo right back here, the three of them together. So they felt like that. But that kind of thing, it's just to have that kind of relationships with 22 students for the last almost 8 years, and has been wonderful. It's touched my heart, and I will be forever grateful to all of them, and also to James and Stephen and Mia and Kyle and Troy and Jenny and Mina, and of course just every student that ever came through here. It really has been a wonderful ride, and I'm just feel blessed to have been able to spend this much time here. And it's not easy leaving, I will miss it, but I'm also looking forward to the adventures ahead, because I will say that I've always been really good at weekends, and I've even better at 3-day weekends and 4-day weekends, something in 7-day weekends, I'm gonna be killing it. You know what I'm saying? That is, I'll find something to do out there, so I'm excited about that. And really, and to everybody here at the USU who invited my wife and daughters here today, it touched me right here. And I can't believe I haven't started crying. I have inside several times in this thing, because I will say, I've never had nice people saying nice things about me in a forum like this ever in my life, and probably never will again. But it's a beautiful thing, and I thank you for allowing me this time with you. And I really do send love out to everybody in the room, and everybody that came back and took the time today. Really did. My thought, it might be, my greatest concern was, what if we have an event for me and nobody comes?
No chance, no way.
No, I'm just kidding. But it's so good. And to the group that put this together, and Sharon, and I'm guessing my staff.
Your team.
My team. So gosh, I cannot tell you. I'm right here, and I loved you before, and now it's like even more of just a forever thing. I'll remember this day for the rest of my life. So
that's beautiful, Michael. Everybody, let's unmute for a moment and give some shout outs and some cheers and some claps for Michael. Let's just take 10, 15 seconds.
Yeah.
Good job.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Congrats.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you all so much.
Thank you so much. Now, for those who are able to stick with us for a little while, for the Kahoot game, I now turn it over to none other than Miss Mia Loveliner, who will lead us through that. Get your cell phones ready.
Yes, you're gonna want to stick around. This is a good one. All right, y'all, let me go ahead and share my screen. Can everyone see this? we're gonna start this.
Yes.
It's loading the pin right now. You can go to kahoot.it and type in that pin and give yourself a nickname. And I'll wait for y'all. Looks like we have 19 people at the moment, so I'll be waiting for 18 of you.
Hey everyone, unfortunately I have to leave to go to work, but
oh no.
So much for having me. I wish I could stay.
Okay, love. Thank you, Jessica. We'll see you again
Thanks,
soon, sweetie.
Jessica.
Okay. Love
Yeah.
you.
Love you. I'll see you soon. Bye. Thank you.
Is
I
hate to
Troy's
say this,
back?
but
That
I
has
need
to be Steven.
That's gotta be Steven.
I need to go too. I'm so sorry, but I have to leave right now.
Hey,
Thank you, Catherine.
somebody in the family has to work, Catherine. I'm sorry. Get back to it, okay?
I'll send you this Kahoot so you and Jessica can
Thank
play.
you. Thank you.
Love you,
Thank
sweetie.
you for inviting me and all of us. It was wonderful.
Okay, thank you, love.
See you later.
Michael, this is Ali. I have to leave before my boss fires me.
Hey, Ali, thank you so much for coming. And
Good luck with everything.
hey, thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Pleasure.
Bye.
Thank you so much. See you later.
All right. So
All right, so here we go.
we have I need a few more people. I'll give you another minute. Is everyone in that wants to play? All right. I think I'm just gonna.
Wait a second.
Okay. Are you in, Michael?
I am, but when I just realized I think I'm. See, okay, yes, I'm in, yes.
All right. Everyone's in who wants to play? We're good. I can't see everyone, so
Yeah.
speak up now or forever hold your peace. All right. Let's go ahead. I gotta move everyone over so I can. All right. Since Michael is a rock star, this is going to be around rock and roll.
Oh, boy.
Questions about him. In what decade was rock and roll born? It was the 1950s.
Yes, it was.
Yes, it was. I'm sure you know all these answers.
Rock around the
Oh,
clock.
wow. Amina at the top.
Mina. Woo!
Amina. Next question. What was Michael's former band name? And yes, he was in a band. I hope we got this right. Smoke. Right, Michael?
Yes, it was. Yes, it was.
Yes. He's a rock star. What you play guitar?
No, singer.
Oh, singer. Wow, okay. American Idol.
You always sort of, yeah. Only without the talent.
Amina still at the top. Troy sneaking up. Next question. Rock and roll was founded on country and R&B. What does R&B stand for? Rhythm and blues. Who said rock and roll bands? Jeez. All right, Mina still on top. Ooh, Melissa on the leaderboard.
I'm in 5th place on my own game.
Nice. What is Michael's favorite dessert?
Oh, gosh, okay. Oh, that's true. I think
Did you click the wrong one?
I think I did.
The answer is bananas Foster, I hope.
That's what I did. That's what I put in here because I'm guessing this is Mr. Stephen Wine that brought up this particular thing.
Isn't it pie?
Oh,
Pretty sure it's
pie is a favorite dessert. Yes, that's true. I've got here something else that Stephen Wine gave me, this napkin that says, "I love pie." Anyway, so yes, I do love pie, but bananas Foster is a favorite from New Orleans.
There we go.
All
All right,
right,
Michael's
Michael.
on the board. Amina's still first. Next question. Rock bands usually have how many guitar players, not including the bass?
It's an interesting question.
It is. 2. Guess. Amina.
Dang.
On the top. Michael's knocked off the board.
I know. You threw me off on that last one. I've been in a lot of bands with one guitar player.
Yeah. What actor followed Michael around to learn about the agency business for a movie role? Tom Hanks.
Yeah.
The answer was Tom Hanks.
He owes it all to me. I'll tell you that right now.
He was what?
He owes it all to me.
He does. That's wild. That's very cool. Mina still at the top. Mike on the leaderboard. Rock bands also have ... Which of these instruments? Yes, everyone got it right. A bass, drums, and a singer. All right, Mina, still in first place. Next question. What sport did Michael coach? Yes, basketball. Not dodgeball. He played dodgeball. Yes.
Not well, but we had good players. We had good players on the team though. So
Yes. Oh, okay. Michael's back on the board. We got the whole marketing department on the board.
imagine that.
Who was the king of rock? It has to be JB.
Got to be Bieber.
It's got to be the Biebs. Oh, it wasn't the Beavers? Interesting. All right, marketing team on the board. So it shows how much we know you. Next question. What band did Michael sneak an interview with? Melissa, I know you know this. The Who. That's so
right.
awesome. How'd you do that, Michael?
I just push it persistence and a little subterfuge, but we did get to interview the band until the road manager threw us out. But anyways, it was fun nonetheless.
That's how you do it.
Exactly.
Don't take no for an answer.
No,
All right, leaderboard stays.
my girl, Amina. I'm so impressed. I knew we made the right decision bringing you back.
What is the catchiest part of a song called? The part that gets stuck in your head. One more answer. Oh, did that someone drop out? All right, the answer is the hook. Yes, the
Everybody
hook of
got
the
it.
song is what gets stuck in your head. All right, leaderboard stays. Next question. What company did Michael work on? What company did Michael work on? On a campaign for in Italy. Sorry, you all were blocking the question for me. Yes, it was Pizza Hut. And that is why he loves pizza so much. No, I'm kidding.
Greatest boondoggle of my career. A month in Italy to shoot 3 commercials. Yeah, that's
That's awesome. Jealous. All right, Stephen and Troy
man.
switch, and I know that it has to be Stephen and Kyle.
Yes.
Next question. In the 1960s and 1970s, concerts became more focused on the show. These shows could include all the above: fire, strobe lights, costumes, and makeup. That's what made it such a good show.
That's also a weekend at our house. So
Sounds right. All right, Stephen goes down. Who was the first band from the UK to come to America during the British invasion? The Beatles.
Yep.
Yep. Michael loves the Beatles.
I'm gonna have to go ahead and say Jerry and the Pacemakers.
They were right up there, Kyle, for sure.
Next question. What Apple founder did Michael meet while working at Shy Day Agency?
Nicholas Cage.
It was Steve Jobs. Unfortunately, it was not Nicolas Cage. He was never a founder of Apple.
I didn't know you met Steve Jobs.
Yes,
I don't think you told me that.
yes. That's funny. I'll tell you all about it tonight. But not, I don't want to see you tonight. I'm saying. I'll call you and tell you.
That's funny. All right, next question. What was another name for the Beatles? This is where Michael catches up. The Fab Four. There you go.
Two people said the Four Horsemen.
They're just messing. They want to lose. Amina's still at the top. Wow, girl. Okay. Next question. Who are the four Beatles? There you go. I'm glad everyone got that right. That would have been embarrassing. All right, y'all. Good job. Next question. Amina's still at the top. Leaderboard has not changed. Next question. Who from the Beatles is Michael's favorite?
Wow.
Come on now. There you go. Yes, it was Paul McCartney. Didn't you have it? We were trying to figure out the story you told us that you met him, or what was the story?
Kiss FM. I met him. Yes.
Right.
He was there being interviewed, and I went there, and I was able to shake his hand and get a photo taken. You know, me and about 30 of my closest friends and Paul. But still, I did get to shake the great man's hand and tell him I loved his music. So
awesome.
of course, he invited me to sit in with the band. No, that part's a lie. Anyway.
That's awesome. Meeting your idol. Next question. How many years were the Beatles really famous for? Michael would say
forever.
It's forever? 7 years. All right. We only have one more question left. Oh, Michael's at the top. All right. Sneak attack. All right. One last question. The most important one. How much will we miss Michael? With a great picture.
Oh my God. Oh, that's so great. Hey, look at this. Look what I've got right here, by the way.
There you go. I am the danger.
This was.
Why do you have that hat?
Oh, Melissa, it's such a long story. Blame Joe Illuminati and Stephen Wine. I'll tell you that right now. It was Joe Illuminati, our accounting and finance guy. He used to do videos every year, humorous videos. And he hornswoggled Stephen and I one year to play mafiosa in this thing. And it was probably the worst performance of acting in the history of mankind. Steve and I gave it our best, but it.
Sorry, guys. I think I'm going to have to go because I have to get back to work myself.
Okay.
Thank you guys so much again.
Thank you all. Thank you, Melissa. We're about to find out who the winner is.
Oh,
it's
appropriate.
I
come from behind.
But
Is Michael really Michael? Is Michael really Michael?
Yes, it's me.
Okay.
But Amina, I was impressed though. I got to tell you, I thought if I had to lose, losing to Amina would be just fine with me.
I surprised myself.
Come from behind win.
Yeah.
Bye, guys. Thank you so much for
Bye,
having
Melissa.
me.
Melissa. Talk to you soon, love.
Talk to you soon,
I have
guys.
to head out too. Bye, Michael. I'll see you.
You taking off? Okay. See you soon. All righty.
Bye.
Hi, Michael. Congratulations on your retirement.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Yes. Oh.
Well, hey, here we are, just the crew.
You know, Friday's not that far away. We could just fire up a hot list meeting right now.
That does sound like fun. Well, listen, everybody, thank you so much for this. It went, I'm truly touched, and it's remarkably meaningful to me. And I just appreciate everyone for even taking the time and showing up, and some big surprises there. You know, Kevin and Michael Dinlow and Kingston, and just, gosh, and my family. Are you kidding? It was like, I honestly, it never had crossed my mind. Never. So
They wouldn't have missed it.
well, yeah, and I you know, actually, yeah, that's great. And shoot, really very, very sweet and very thoughtful for putting that together. So thank you from the bottom of my heart, you know. Really mean.
Another wonderful gesture from your team.
Yeah,
So very
truly.
much.
I mean, it is. Yeah, that's the beauty. With me leaving, you still got the 5 key elements right here, you know. And it is a team effort. I know I was several times during the nice things people were saying, I wanted to say, you know, I never did any of this by myself, you know, but I remember one time Deborah actually said to me, Michael, you've got to learn how to take a compliment. And so I thought, well, today I'll just sit here and take them, because I want, because it is truth. I mean, this whole marketing thing, it is a team, it's a collaboration, it's camaraderie. It's never just one person. But hey, I'm retiring, so one time I'll let it go, you know. But thank you so much for this team, and it's a great team, Sharon. So you're not going to miss a beat. You're not going to miss a beat, you know. And
They are spectacular.
Yeah.
Thanks in large part to you. Thank you so much again.
Well, I'm just so grateful they all stuck around all this time, you know. I mean, my greatest fear in the beginning is, what if James, Stephen, Jenny, and Kyle all leave? But that didn't happen, thank goodness, you know. Anyway, well, hey.
Well, that concludes our celebration.
Well, thank you so much. I am deeply touched, and it's like I said, something I'll always remember, and I will look forward to sometime looking back and watching this video, you know. So thank you for doing that. And
absolutely.
Thank you to this great team. I love you all, and I really mean that. And it's been a great experience here today. Yeah. Feels like I feel great. And I owe it all to you. All of you. Thank you.
Thanks, Michael.
Thank you. And
thanks, everybody.
Good night.
Michael.
See you soon, Michael.
See you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye. And we'll have to get our one more meeting in too. So I'll send you some available times of the next
Okay.
week.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye-bye.